everyone. Welcome back to the Ask an Advisor series, where this series is specifically designed for families with special needs. And this week, we're actually going to start a 5-week series, and it's called What Are the Most Common Holes I See in a Family Special Needs Plan? We'll cover this over 5 weeks and cover 5 different holes that I see. And for week 1, one of the most common holes that I see is families who disinherit their child with special needs. So concerned about impacting government benefits that they take them off from beneficiaries on IRAs and 401ks and trust accounts and leave it all to siblings or other family members and entrust them to take care of your child with special needs. Well, here's the risk. Here's the problem when you do that. What happens if you do disinherit them? And let's just say it's a sibling who receives the money and you entrust them and say, hey, use this money to help care for your sibling. What happens if they get in a divorce? Well, if that sibling gets in a divorce and they commingle the assets, well, now those assets are split 50-50. And a lot of the assets that you intended to go for your child experiencing disabilities is now cut in half. Secondly, what happens if there's a lawsuit? Someone trips and falls on the property, or they start a business and there's a lawsuit and it pierces the corporate veil. Well, those assets are now seen as part of that lawsuit. What happens if they start a business and they go into bankruptcy? Well, if they go into bankruptcy, those assets are now used as part of the bankruptcy. And last, and we pray that obviously none of these situations ever happen, but what happens if they get in a car accident and they pass away? Well, now that money is being passed on to the next generation or next kin, and is that person going to help look after your child with special needs the same way that you entrusted the sibling to? There's so much at risk when you disinherit your child, right, with disabilities. And there are ways to help navigate this to ensure that they do get the resources they need, that they are protected from creditors, and that there are professionals or family members and advocates who can oversee it for the benefit of your child experiencing disabilities. And one of those major resources is a special needs trust. So if you don't have a special needs trust or you haven't had it reviewed in a long period of time, please do so. Then even after you finalize the trust, make sure you go back and you look at your life insurance policies. Make sure you look at your IRAs, your Roth IRAs, your 401ks, and ensure that you designate as a beneficiary on there that special needs trust. This is part 1 of the 5-part series of what are the most common holes I see in a family special needs plan. Look forward to see you next week. And remember, send in your questions. Have a good day.